Hello, welcome to the video. In this video, I will be talking about the first topic in Physics 2, Unit 1, Lesson 1, which is all about methods of electrostatic charging. Okay? So, maybe you have noticed nga kaning, say for example, when you try to comb your hair, diba? If you try to comb your hair, sometimes when masubraan na ninyo o comb in your hair, mo kalit og kaning kanang murag bubarog ang inyong hair, musunod gani kung asa napita ang inyong comb, okay? Or maybe you have noticed siguro kanang kung kasi nakasuway lang ha kanang naaga ni carpet sa usa ka, let's say for example usa ka office, unya i-try ninyo og baktas-baktas din ha for siguro for a period of time, sige ka baktas-baktas, unya mo kay kagunit og metal kay mo paka or dili mo paka ani murag makurintihan imong kamot dito sa metal. So those particular situation are actually related to a basic unit nga existing even sa ato ang human body, which is electric charge. Okay? So I know sa karon na panahon kanang if you look at into kaning households, if you look into offices or even gani sa tong eskwelahan, electricity is really useful. We use it in different in different purposes, like para kaning na kay electric fan, na kay makaluto ka or makatawag ka o makasignal ka for communication. So different kaning purposes nato sa electricity karon. So it's only fitting that we also understand the very basics of electricity, and as we progress into this subject, we will be able to understand more of the concepts related to electricity and even to its brother, which is magnetism. Later on na siya sa ato ang mga topics. Okay? So let's proceed. So of course, another example of kaning neutral nga electricity related events is kanang as lightning strikes, or lightning to be more specific. Okay? So the electric shock, hair strands repelling one another in a Van de Graaff generator, and the production of lightning results from the movement of electrical charges. So katutanan, for example, makurintian ka unya kung ang kaning Van de Graaff generator, kay if you have watched siguro mga science related videos online, especially katong nay kuryente, kana ganing gunitan gani nila nga murag silver nga klase sa sphere, unya inigunit nila kay mo tindog ang buhok. Okay, mo na siya ang Van de Graaff generator. And also kapag produce sa lightning, so sa panganod na yung mga certain nga mga particles nga gipambuhat dito somewhere sa langit, which created eventually katong mga lightning. Okay? So in this lesson, we will be discussing the nature of electric charge and how they are transferred from one material to another. So basic lang sa. Okay? So ato i-try to understand. Okay. So here are the learning competencies for this particular lesson. First, you will be able to describe using a diagram or drawing charging by rubbing and charging by induction and even charging by conduction. Later, we will understand those particular methods. And then explain the role of electron transfer and electrostatic charging by rubbing. So later, I will also explain unsay tendencies nga kano sa ang usa ka material nga mo absorb, mo stick or mo attract o kaning particular positive electric charge or negative electric charge. Okay? Later. And then describe experiments to show electrostatic charging by induction. So maybe one of the kaning first nga projects nato will be about kaning mga electrostatic charging. So ako lang mo i-inform kung nakakuan ako sa kaning project, mga details sa project. Okay? So let's continue. Another learning competency is state that there are positive and negative charges and the charge is measured in coulombs. So kaning sa measured in coulombs sa lesson 2 pa ni siya, but for now we will be learning about the different types of electric charges, which is the Hespeton theory, which we have positive and negative charge. And then predict charge distributions and the resulting attraction or repulsion in a system of charge insulators and conductors. So later, we will also learn the rules about kaning attraction or repulsion of both types of charges later na siya. Okay? Sige, ang objectives lang for this lesson particularly is identify the two types of charges, positive and negative, predict charge distributions and the resulting attraction or repulsion in a system of charge insulators and conductors, explain how charging by rubbing and charging by induction takes place, including charging by conduction, and state the law of conservation of charge. So this will be also related to the law of thermodynamics. Later na po na siya natin. Okay? So let's start with the beginning. Okay? Let's first understand unsa may meaning anang electrostatics. Okay? Electrostatics, if you look into the study guides, I will be sending, by the way, the study guides ninyo maybe tomorrow morning. May bolt na siya, daghanon lang nako para inyo kung matun-an for our exam. Okay? So electrostatics is just the study of stationary charges. So any material, I can say any material, including the human body, maybe metals, or maybe kaning cloth, animal fur, gani, all has specific charges sa ilaha within the material. For example, sa ato ang body, maybe we have electrical charges. We have electrical charges sa an animal fur. It has electrical charges. Sa mga metals also has electrical charges. Okay, and electrostatic is concerned by those electrical charges. Okay, so static electricity is also called as electricity at rest, or just the electric charge that is not tampered yet, wala pa hilabti. Naara siya, nangatulog siguro siya, nagpahuway, nag-station lang siya sa material kung asa siya, naasa siya. Okay? For example, sa body, naghuwat lang niya to ang body nga naay mo, attract nato ang electrical charge, di po uyab-uyab ha. Kasi kay mo attract lang electric charge, para mo kuan siya, mo travel from one place to another. Okay? Now, according to the definition here sa ato ang slide, static electricity is produced when there is an imbalance of electrical charges. Now, let me just share that sa tanang materials, it always kaning wanted the state of equilibrium, meaning naa siya even number of electric charges sa iyaha. Okay? So if one of the electric charges later ato itabi kung sa nato nga typing, or anyways natabi naman sa objectives no, ang positive o negative naa siya ganing na usa ka charge, that type of charge nga nilabaw, then ang state of equilibrium is wala na matuman. Okay? So mauna siya nga mangita ang or kaning mo attract ang ato ang katong unsa nilabaw nga charge o lain nga particular charge from another material. Okay? So for example, ni sobrang positive, then kung naay material nga either marab sa iyaha, madikit sa iyaha or matouch sa iyaha, or even kaning around lang yun near sa iyaha sa nga particular material, then iya tong i-attract ang kaning kulang nga charge sa iyaha nga material. Okay? Siguro later ato ni ma-understand sa mga diagrams. Pero for now, just understand that static electricity means just electricity at rest. Okay? And it also happens rather when there is an imbalance of electrical charges. Okay? So electricity comes from the Greek word electron, which means ember. Now, let's understand also, or let's know as well, kisa itong mga tao nga dako og na-contribute sa kaning pag-develop or maybe discovery o kaning pag-study o daghan pa about sa electric charges. So we will start with the first person, which is the founding father, one of the founding fathers of America or North America, United States, who is in the person of Benjamin Franklin. Now, Benjamin Franklin is a known physicist, American physicist sa una sa iyang panahon. Okay? A very long time ago, maybe around 1500s man siguro to or 1600s. Okay? He carried out different experiments. Nausahay itong flying kites, and he was even gani na kuan ani kaning na sangkot gani og controversy kay natoy murag report. I don't know if it was proven though, pero natoy report kuno nga kaning sa iyahang flying kite nga experiment na siya murag person. Well, I'm not sure if it was a paid nga laborer, paid person, gibayaran nga tao, or a volunteer niya nga maybe apprentice or kaning student baka to nga maoy ni conduct sa electricity, meaning siya ni gunit sa string sa kite. Okay, and then eventually kay flying kite man lagi, so ang na-timingan nga di na timingan mao yung purpose sa experiment nga ang kite maigo sa kuryente. So kung imagine lang igo ang kite sa kuryente, unya na string nga nag-connect sa kite padung sa tao nga nagunit ato. So obviously na electrocute pud ang nigunit sa kite. You can research this kay basig kaning na wrong lang akong understanding ato nga kaning kuan ba nga report, but sa ako na nabasahan before. Pero if that happens, so unfortunately kato nga tao is kanang kuan gyud nakutloan gyud siya for in the name of science hinuon. So he is maybe celebrated as a hero kung tinuod mangay na ha, kung tinuod mga ni. So it was all just a rumor or a speculation. I'm not sure if it was proven, or siguro kay founding father man sad ni kung tinuod man gani wala pud na nila gitry og sibiya nga tinuod gyud. Okay, so we wouldn't really know kay dagway taud-taud naman pud siya nahitabo. Anyways, segue na ko sa ato ang discussion. So si Benjamin Franklin ang ni distinguish no nga naa di ay positive o negative charges. Now, how did he come up with this particular observation? So ang first niya nga experiment or ang iyang first nga observation nahitabo when he tried to do no, he tried to rub, let me just double check. He tried to rub a glass rod kanang usa ka murag stick gani nga hinimo sa bildo. Gitry niya og rub sa animal fur, silk rather. Gitry niya og rub sa silk, unya gi-describe niya katong charge nga naa na sa glass rod, di-transfer sa glass rod as positive charges. Okay? So iha lang to gi-describe. Okay? Ihang gi-describe lang na transfer nga electric charge padung sa glass rod. And then gitry pud gisuwayan pud niya gisuwayan pud niya o kaning rub ang animal fur sa usa ka ebonite or sort of a rubbery like material. Okay, rubbery like material. So pag rub niya ato kaning animal fur atong ebonite, then iyang gi-describe ang na-transfer nga charge padung sa ebonite nga negative charge to siya. Okay? So he technically classified the charges as either positive or negative. Okay? And this also helped no sa further studies about electrical charges. Again, si Benjamin Franklin ang una nga recorded nga ni study about or even classified rather the different types of electrical charges. Again, it's positive and negative charges. There are also other people like J.J. Thomson nga ang maoy ni ka-discover sa electrons, and eventually as he tried to dig more into about electrons, he noticed that electrons are containing negative charges. Okay? He discovered that all electrons that was convention na din ito ang giingon, So balik ko nato. So J.J. Thomson na-discover niya ang mga negative charged particles called electrons. And he noticed that sa tanang mga electrons ng iyahang nakit-an or iyahang na-discover, they have the same siya og charge. Okay? The same siya og charge. Okay, so therefore, pare-pareha sila ba di siya na electron na positive, na electron na negative, all of them are negatively charged. So siya yung nakadiscover, si J.J. Thomson, or the picture that you're seeing in the screen. And si Ernest Rutherford, another individual who contributed to the study of electrical charges, siya yung nakadiscover sa positive or positive charge nga naa sa protons ang tawag. Okay? So naa sa protons, 'di ba? If you remember sa ato ang atom na ay mga different parts, no? So we have sa electrons ang negative charge and sa protons ang positive charge. Okay? Now, conventionally, para lang yun uniform sa tibuok kalibutan, ang electrons are considered negatively charged. Okay? So, ang na-discover lang ni J.J. Thomson is that pareha sila og charge, but wala siya wala niya kuan gyud kaning gisulti, or probably iyang gisulti in a subtle way nga negative charge dito ang electrons. By convention lang, para dili libog sa tanan, electrons are considered negatively charged particles. Negatively charged particles ang electrons. So, kay negatively charged man ang electrons, then ang discovery ni Rutherford mao'y nahimong positively charged particles or protons. Okay? Again ha, electrons are negatively charged, protons are positively charged. Now, the charges are measured in coulombs. Okay? So, ang unit of measurement nato for any electrical charge, kay minuscule man kayo ni siya nga measurements, minuscule din na siya, by the way, nga measurements, ang iyahang tawag sa unit of measurement is coulombs. Okay? And it is using the capital letter C as the symbol. Okay? Again, there are three peoples, no? Sa ato lang study ngayon na nakabase nga dako contribution sa ato ang electrical charge nga study. One is Benjamin Franklin, who classified positive and negative charge. Si J.J. Thomson nga nakadiscover sa electrons. Si Ernest Rutherford nga nakadiscover sa protons. And by convention, si negatively charged particle are electrons and positively charged particles are protons. And charges are measured in coulombs. Okay? Now, let's understand unsay different interactions sa charges sa usag-usa. Okay? Now, there are only two rules ani ilahang interaction, or just technically it's how they behave to each other. Di siya rules gyud. Okay? By nature naman gyud nila nga buhaton. Okay? Ilaha na gyud ning may pagka-design sa ilaha. Okay? So when there are different charges, nasa inyong screen kung makita, when there are different charges, they attract each other. So meaning kung ang usa is positive charge and ang usa is negative charge, then they attract each other. Muduol sila sa usag-usa. Okay? Muduol sila. Unlike charges attract. Okay? Now, if the other way around siya, meaning same sila og charges, so positive ang usa, negative ang usa, then they repel each other or magpalayo sila sa usag-usa. So like charges repel. So this is how the two scenarios on how both charges how charges interact with each other. Number one, if they are unlike, they attract. Okay? If they are unlike, meaning positive ug negative sila duha, positive ang usa, negative ang usa, then they attract. However, if they are different charges, not different, if they are the same charges, both are positive or both are negative, then they repel. Okay? So like charges repel. And that's how charges interact with each other. So two lang ka scenarios. Now let's try to ponder on this question. Why can there still be an attractive force between a neutral object and a charged object? So ngano daw nga ang neutral object pwede gihapon siya ma-attract. I mean, naa siya attracting force sa usa ka charged object. Okay? Let's define first what is neutral object. A neutral object is an object where the number of positive particles, positively charged particles or protons, and the number of negatively charged particles, which is electrons, are the same in quantity. Pareha sila og number of protons and electrons sa usa ka material. Okay? And that is what we call neutral object or uncharged object. Sometimes it is called uncharged object. Okay? Now, a charged object is a material where there is more of the other particle. For example, sa usa ka material na ay mas daghan nga positive kontra sa negative. So kung mas daghan ang negative, that is what you call a positively charged material. Positively charged material. Mas daghan ang iyahang positive charge kontra sa negative charge. If bani, mas daghan ang negative charge kontra sa positive charge, then that is what you call a negatively charged material. Okay? Negatively charged material. Mas daghan ang negative nga charge compared sa positive nga charge. Okay? So, that is the difference. So, let's explain further ang ana nga scenario. Okay? Consider a neutral sphere containing the same positive and negative charges. So, neutral siya because the same ra ang positive and negative charge nga present sa iyaha as a material. If ihapon na ninyo ang signs din ha, that would be of the same number. Okay? Now, charge separation occurs when an external charged sphere is placed near the neutral sphere. It doesn't have to be kaning dikit yun ang duha ka material. It can be as well nga close lang sila sa usag-usa or almost tapad sila sa usag-usa. Okay? Now, what will happen is kung tanaw ninyo sa inyong figure, the positively charged particle are attracted to the negative charge sa pikas nga material. Kung tanaw sa ninyo, di ba kung the same siya og kaning charge, then mo repel siya sa usag-usa. Okay? So kung tanaw ninyo, ang atong negative charge sa usa ka circle nga naa sa left, ang almost tanan mostly sa mga charges nga negative kay nibalhin siya padung sa left. Okay? Nibalhin siya padung sa left. Nipalayo siya aning sphere nato sa right, which is all negatively charged. Okay? Or gamay ra siguro ang positive charge aning nga material. Okay? But ang positive niya, wala lang gihapon kuan lang, wala lang gi-indicate sa picture, is nagpaduol pud siya ang positive ngadto sa ato ang negatively charged nga material. Okay? Kung tanaw ninyo ang negative charge diri sa ato ang right side nga material, nagpaduol siya sa mga positives. Positive charge sa ato ang left side nga material. Okay? So mahitabo na siya kay na may attractive force between the materials if present ang positive and negative charges nga mo attract sa usag-usa. Okay? So charge separation means that the attraction occurs. So mo separate ang negatives kay mo palayo man siya sa iyahang kapwa negative sa pikas nga material. Okay? So hopefully klaro. Next, we have classification as well of different materials, no? We have conductors and insulators. If you remember from your grade 10 man siguro na, or even gani sa inyong elementary, the metals are considered conductors. So let's first define what is conductor DI. Conductors are materials that permit the electric charge to move easily from one region of the material to another. So meaning, i-allow niya ang flow of electrical charges through niya. Okay, through the material. I-allow niya. So pwede nga mudagayday ang electric charge sa kana nga material. And that is a conductor. However, ang insulator is ang opposite sa conductor. It means it does not let the flow of electric charge through the material. Dili niya i-allow. Dili niya i-allow nga mo flow ang kaning electrical charge from one point of the insulator to the other point of the insulator. So this is sort of a repel, no? Kay technically when there is an insulator nga, let's say for example gi-rub nato sa usa ka material, mupilit lang ang charge, or mupilit lang yapon ang charge sa surface sa insulator, but dili mo flow ang charge within sa insulator. Muungot ra siya sa surface, di siya mo flow. Okay? So kung ingana mahitabo, tanawan ninyo ang image. Okay? Sa conductor nga positively charged, gitapad siya og bar nga positively charged as well. Ang positive charges sa conductor mupalayo sa bar which is positively charged. Remember, like repels each other, or like charges repel each other. So positive man sila duha, so magpalayo gyud ang charges nga positive sa positive nga charge sa pikas nga material. However, sa insulator, remember, wala niya gi-allow ang flow of charges. So even if moduol pa ang metal bar, kaning bar sa gitna, nga naay positively charged, the charges nga naa sa insulator will remain still. Wala ra sila maunsa. Okay? Di na sila muiswag ang negative positive charge kay kaning usara ni siya, kaning itapad nga positively charged nga metal bar. No. Since it does not allow the flow of electric charge within it, then the electric charges nga present sa iya will remain still. Magpabilin lagi hapon din ha. Okay? So that is the different materials, no? Conductors and insulators. Now, before we go to the different methods of charging, kung saan man pag-transfer sa charge from one material to another, let's first understand the structure of an atom. Okay? Kaya diba, kaganina, as the discovery sa ato ang sa founding father of the US, sa America, si Benjamin Franklin, there are positive and negative nga charges. And from J.J. Thomson to Rutherford, na discover nila ang electrons and protons. And we all know, and maybe inyo kung na-recall from your previous science subjects, that protons and electrons are part of an atom, or the components of an atom, mahog. Okay? So there are our atoms is actually made up of 3 subatomic particles. So naay makitaan nga 3 types of particles within an atom. Number 1 is the electrons. And again, electrons are considered to be the negatively charged particles. So mao na siyang kaning circles nga naa sa gawas or away from the center of our atom. Okay? They continue to orbit around our the center of the atom. And then we also have the protons, which is the positively charged particle. So again, ang positively charged particle is nasa ang proton is located near or close to the neutron of our atom. So naa siya sa center sa ato ang atom. And ang last nga part is the neutrons. So ang neutrons is intact with the protons sa center sa ato ang atom. Now remember from your chemistry classes as well that electrons can jump from one place to another, or from one atom to another, depende sa kaning basta na a certain situation where the atoms can be transferred from one place to another. I actually forgot the phenomena sa kainaan na siya. Okay? Now net charge. Let's also understand what is net charge. Net charge is the sum of the number of electrons and protons. So, technically, ang usa ka object, inyohang ma-measure ang iyahang charge through the computation of its net charge. Okay? And that is just the sum of the number of electrons and protons. Later, when we have the calculations na, you will also understand kung saan pagtanaw or saan pag-calculate sa net charge o sa object. Okay? So, mao ni kaganito akong i-explain nga kung parehas lang ang number sa positive and negative charges, that is what we call a neutral nga material or an uncharged material or object. An neutral object or uncharged object. Pwede na siya tawagin ng ana. Also, if number of electrons are more than the number of protons sa usa ka material or usa ka object, then it is called a negatively charged material or object. Okay? Kung mas daghan ang negative compared sa positive. But kung bali, mas daghan ang positive compared sa negative, then it's called a positively charged material or object. Okay? Next, now let's go to the different methods of charging or transferring charges from one material to another. We have the conventional nga kaning ipabuhat ninyo with regards to kaning static electricity, no? We have the friction or charging by friction. So when you say friction, it means inyong i-rub, inyong say Bisaya aning rub, inyong basta i-rub ninyo ang materials sa usag-usa. Okay? And there will be through friction a transfer of charges from one material to another. Kung mahitabo na siya. Okay? So electrons are transferred when objects are rubbed against one another. Electrons are transferred. Okay? So murag mo balhin ang charge, negative charge o sa ka material to another material depende sa klase sa material nga girab. Okay? Later we will discuss no kung asay material ang mas mo absorb og positive or mas mo absorb og mas mo absorb og negative di so akong correction. Mas mo absorb og negative nga charge niya. Okay? So gani is actually just showing you the experiment na gibuhat ni or not really the experiment no in plastic man ang gi-indicate there sa picture. But this is more or less similar with the experiment na gibuhat ni Benjamin Franklin. So, di ba, ang first niyang experiment is ang silk ug ang glass rod. Okay? So, if you look at the image at the center, kani siya din hinga part, kung makita ninyo ning cursor sa ako ang pencil, then, ang ato ang glass rod is, kuan siya, kaning uncharged pa ni siya, wala pa siya may imbalance of charges sa iyahang material. Okay? Wala pa imbalance. Now gitry niya og rub ang silk o ang glass sa silk. Now remember gingon to ni Benjamin Franklin nga ang silk nga gi-rub sa glass, ang glass ni acquire nahimong or ang charges nga naa sa glass nahimong positive charges. Now, if you look into the image nga naa sa ubos ana, kanang sa silk o glass, di ba, ang rods, kina siya yung mga puwa nga plus. Okay? So, that explains nga, ang na-absorb sa, or ang na-transfer rather, nga charges, or ang nahibilin nga charges sa ato ang glass rods are just the positive charges. Okay? Positive charges na nahibilin niya. So, it has an imbalance of negative charge sa iyang material. So whereas katong sa fur, katong sa ebonite, ang katong gigamit ni Benjamin Franklin, kani is plastic, the same ra gyapon sila og kaning level of absorbity, butan na lang level of absorbity sa negative charges. Okay? So if you rub the plastic nga rod sa fur nga material, then the mo transfer ang electrons or ang ang negative charge from the plastic rod padung sa fur. Okay? So ni transfer sa fur ang mga electric charges sa plastic rod. So meaning ang nahibilin or ang mas daghan nga charge nga nahibilin sa plastic rod are just the negative bali ang fur sakto bali mas ni-transfer ang negative charge dahil sa fur. Ni-transfer ang negative charge sa fur padong sa plastic rod. Okay? So, mahog nga nidaghan ang number of electrons sa ato ang plastic rod compared sa ihang positive charges niya. Okay? So, if you look into the rod nga naa sa kinaubsan, okay, sa kaning nasa left side nga column, ang ato ang rods kay puro na ay negative charges or kanang blue nga murag na minus nga sign. Okay? So negative charges na mostly ang naa sa ato ang plastic rod. Now if you try to kaning to put the two rods, the glass rod and the plastic rod near each other, there is an attractive force because if you notice sa atong picture, ang glass rod na siya more positive charges and ang ato ang plastic rod na siya more negative charges. And according to katong situation na to ganina nga at like charges attract each other. So mas mo attract sila sa usag-usa. And even if ang atong silk gani ug ang fur, if you look into the right side nato nga picture kanang color blue nga pure and then color yellow nga pure, di ba? Ni-acquire ang silk og more negative charge and ni-acquire pud ang na nahibilin sa fur is more positive charges. Okay? So kung imo ipaduol siya sa imuhang plastic rod, ang fur, then iyang i-attract to or naay attractive force nga mahitabo nila. Mura sila mudikit noon, mura naay mubunlot nila sa usag-usa. As well as the glass rod to the silk. So murag naay attractive force nga mubunlot nila sa usag-usa. Okay? So that is again charging by friction or rubbing materials against each other. So i-rub ang materials. So mo transfer ang charges from one material to another. Mostly ang negative charge ang mo transfer sa pikas material. Dili ang positive. Ang positive mo pabilin lang gyapon siya sa material. But the electrons or the electrical charges nga negative may mo transfer sa pikas material. Okay? Now, how do we know kung unsa nga particular charge ang mo attract sa kanang mo stick, mo absorb sa pikas material or maybe mo pabilin sa kana nga material? We have what we call what type of charge is transferred from one material to another during charging by friction? And between two objects which are being rubbed, how can you determine which will become negatively charged and which will become positively charged? Now, we actually have what we call a triboelectric what do you call this one? Triboelectric series. Okay, or another term is electronegativity affinity scale or affinity. Electronegativity scale. Kaning naa sa side, sa pikas side, kaning nasa right side, kana nay plus o minus. Okay? So ato sa balikon later, no? But this is the explanation of what happens when a silk is rubbed against glass rod. So more of the nag-show lang niya sa image, okay? But ang iyahang pag-understand nato kung asa mo transfer ang negative charges either sa silk ba o sa glass rod is through knowing or understanding the triboelectric series or electronegativity scale. Okay? So, the chemical property of an atom to attract electrons itself is called electron affinity. Okay? We call that electron affinity. Kanang iyahang pag-absorb, tendency to absorb the electrons from one material to another, or from one material. The triboelectric series ranks materials based on their tendency to acquire the charge. Okay? So, again ha, ang negative lang, most likely ang mo transfer. Most of the case, the positive will just remain sa iyahang place. Okay? Now, if you look into the pinaka-bottom, kung i-rub ning Teflon to another material, mas mo stick or mas mo transfer sa iyaha ang negative charge. Okay? Mas mo transfer sa iyaha ang negative charge sa Teflon. Teflon is like a plasticky material. Okay? Then, vinyl, mas mustik niya ang negative charge. Polyethylene, another plastic type of material. Urethane, same gihapon, another plastic-like material. Celluloid, another plastic type material. Polyester, another plastic-like material. So usually mga plastic-like materials, mas mo absorb sila of negative charge or mas mo transfer sa ilaha ang negative charge if rubbed against another material. We also have acetate. So if you nakaabot pa mo siguro sa panahon namo sa una, we have projectors nga naami acetate nga material na gamiton para ma-project namo ang mga gisuwat atong acetate. Okay? We also have sulfur, we have natural rubber, and then mo start na siya og most likely magpabilin ra ang positive charge ana nga material. Okay, so we have gold, platinum, nickel, copper, gelatin, wood, steel, paper, aluminum, so on and so forth. We even include here the human body. So for example, i-rub ka, let's say for example, i-rub ang polyester sa imuhang lawas, mas mo pabilin ang positive vibes nimo and mo palayo, mo muadto ang negative vibes padung sa plastic nimo nga friend. Dili. Mas mo transfer ang negative nga kaning charges sa katong kuan sa polyester. So mahimo kang positively charged material noon. Okay, i-absorb man or mo transfer man ang electric charge gikan nimo padung sa atong polyester. Okay? So mas ma-negatively charged material ang polyester after sa friction. Okay? So hopefully nasabtan. Again, you can refer to this what do you call this one again? Electronegativity scale when knowing understanding asa kaha nga material ang mas mahimong negatively charged material compared sa likas material. Okay? Sige. Now, we have another method of charging a material. That's what we call charging by conduction, or another term is charging by contact. So, meaning, magdikit yun ang duha ka material. Okay? So, we will go over the different images here as I transfer from one slide to another. So, a charged object is touched to a conductor. So, meaning naay contact or magdikit ang material sa another material. Like, dikit lang yun. Okay? Dikit lang yun siya. Another charged material charged siya nga object, meaning either naa siya mas daghan nga positive or mas daghan nga negative. Okay? To a neutral material siya, or conductor there rather. Okay? So first, natay neutral sphere. So meaning there are equal number of protons and electrons, or positive charge on negative charge. Okay? Then after charge separation, of course, when a negatively charged rod is placed near the sphere. So meaning, if the sphere is of equal number of positive and negative charge, and a particular rod, let's say negatively charged, aning a picture, is put near this object, then ang negative charge is magpalayo sa location kung asa tong rod nga na ay negative charges. So kung tanaw niyo sa picture, mas niduol si positive compared ni negative sa sphere. Kay tungod kay negative man ang ato ang rod. Okay? So when a negatively charged rod is placed under the neutral sphere, separation of charges takes place. Okay? Now next, if mo contact na gyud siya, so upon contact, electrons are transferred from the negatively charged rod to the neutral sphere. So meaning, i-absorb na sa imuhang neutral sphere ang negative charges from the negatively charged rod. Okay? So mag-attract na ang mga positive o negatives. So mas mudaghan na ang negative charges sa imuhang conducting sphere or katong neutral sphere. Mas mudaghan na siya. Okay? Therefore, when the negatively charged rod is separated, kung imo na siya tanggalon, mawala na ang negatively charged o contact sa imuhang sphere, then both objects are now negatively charged. So meaning both na, kay negative charge na magitudaan ang imuhang kaning rod, ibutang ta lang, wala lang gihapoy equal amount of positively charged para mahimong neutral ang tong rod. Then, ang duha na gyud ko object ang puro negatively charged. Okay? So, fully klaro. So, again, that is charging by conduction. So, we have method number 1, charging by friction, and method number 2, which is charging by conduction. Okay? So, for example, kung positive, actually, gipakita niya din. Neutral sphere, and then, when a positively charged rod is placed under the neutral sphere, separation of charges takes place. Nabali lang ang iyahan dinhi. Supposed to be, ang mas niduol is ang negative, and then ang nipalayo is ang positive. Dayon kay nabalik yun siya. Dayon kay mas daghan man ang ni transfer naman ang positive charge pasud sa sa neutral sphere in contact, kay nipaduol naman siya, mas i-absorb na to niya or attract to niya ang mga positive charge using the negatively charged nga nasa sphere pa, then mahimong mas positively charged ang imuhang sphere, and then still mahimong gyapong positively charged ang imuhang rod. Okay? So both of them are just positively charged na nga materials. Okay? Sige. And last method is what we call the charging by induction. Okay? Nganong induction siya? Okay? So, sa kaning method, ang imuhang material is actually, or sa kanilang example rather, ang imuhang material is na ay inductor na present. Okay? Naa siya kaning murag liog niya, kaning color yellow, is an insulating stand. So meaning walay moagi nga electricity parong niya or within niya. So dili siya mo allow nga naay moagi nga nga electricity sa iya ha. Okay? So what will happen nga kung charging by induction? Mauning walay contactless nga pag-transfer sa imuhang charge. Okay? So sini tabo. Ang naitabo is naay nagpaduol nga negatively charged rod. Nagpaduol ha, wala mo contact, wala mo digkit. Nagpaduol lang. Nagpaduol nga negatively charged rod sa imuhang metal sphere nga uncharged pa siya, uncharged metal ball. So meaning na equal amounts of positive and negative charge. Okay? Now since negative man ang rod, kaning nagpaduol, kaning siya murag kuan rectangle sa kilid, then mas moduol sa iya ang positively charged inside or in the metal sphere and magpalayo pud si electron or si negatively charged. So ato siya sa pika side magkaha. So in this case, nasa left ang mga positive, nasa right ang mga negatives. Okay? So naay build up dito sa katong location sa imong sphere of electrons or negative charges. Okay? Now walay kay ganahan malagi na siya nga palayo gyud ang mga negatively charged sa ilahang kaparehas og charge. But insulated man ang inyong sphere, kay di ba ang iyang yellow gani nga part is insulated man. So wala sila kaagian padung somewhere nga mas mulayo pa gyud sila sa ilahang sa negative charge sa rod. Okay? So mahimo katong area sa ato ang sphere will become more negatively charged or na electron build up ang tawag. Okay? Now, for example lang, gibutangan nimo og wire katong area nga na electron build up padung sa inyo sa yuta or maybe another material na pwede mahimong ground or mo-absorb og kaning electric charge. Then ang imuhang electrons or electron build up dito mo subay sa wire kay ang wire in this case is a conductor. So mo allow siya nga mo flow ang charge from through it padung sa ground. Okay? So kung makasubay na dito ang mga electrical charges nga negative, then ang sphere will become more positively charged or even purely positively charged gani. Okay? Kaya positive naman lang mahibilin kaya na-attract pa man sila sa negative charge sa rod. Okay? So magpabilin sila sa sphere. Okay? And that's how now that di ko kaning gibutan ni mo wire ang katong metal sphere padung sa ground, then ang ground will become more negatively charged or ang yuta. Actually ang ground itself is a negatively charged material atong yuta. Okay? So mas mo ato na natigom ang mga negatively charged sa yuta. So wire removed, ball now has only an electron deficient region of positive charge. So meaning mas daghan ang iyahang positive charges kay ang iyahang negative charges na naman sa ground. Okay? Then once the rod is removed, then electrons rearrange themselves. Ball has overall electron deficiency, net positive charge. So mas daghan ang iyang positive charge compared sa negative or kung nahurot man gani mas positively charged na siya. And mubalik na sa iyang normal nga katong di ba sa surface naman gud sa sphere mo alirong-alirong ang mga charges. Okay? Sa surface na sa sphere. Okay? So mobalik na silang normal nga magsige na og lihok around the sphere ang charges. Okay? And it is the charging by induction. So again, wala contactless sila. Wala siya ang rod wala mo touch gyud sa material. So gibutangan lang to siyang scenario nga kaning gibutangan og wire no ang katong electron build up sa ato ang metal sphere para mo flow ang negative charge padung sa ground. Okay? And last but not the least, let's also understand the law of conservation of charge. So maybe sa inyong hunahuna nga, for example na ay positive ug negative charge di annihilate each other, meaning kung di ba sa math no is one way of positive 1 i-add mo sa negative 1 mahimong 0. Okay? So sa math man na, di ba? Sa math man siya. But in the energy or charges nga realm sa world sa mga charges, they don't actually annihilate each other. Hindi nila lapat yun ng usag-usa. Instead, they are conserved. Okay? This follows the law of thermodynamics, where energy is not created or destroyed, it is just reuse ba siguro ang term na to? Basta something like magamit ra gahapon siya, ma-recycle, mabalik-balik ra siya o gamit. Okay? So same po ang mo applying for law of conservation of charge. It states that the algebraic sum of all electric charges in any closed system is constant, meaning parehas ra gyud siya og result bisan pa kung mo-transfer pa siya og another nga sa isa ka closed system rather. Let's not go away with the definition. So sa any closed system, constant ang algebraic sum of all the electric charges. Okay, constant ra siya. Walay maiban or walay makulang. Yan na, same ra gihapon. So here's another example. So here is a check your understanding. So for this one, ilang na to i-tackle over no kay na almost 1 hour naman sa si istorya. But anyways, for you to have a material no to study on aning ato ang topic, I will send the study guide. Maybe I will try my best to send it later karong gabi kumakaya na ko. And then hopefully you will study it on your own no kay immersion para ba mo study lang good mo. I will even send you a kaning guide on what might come out sa inyong exam on Friday kay para kanang dili pud ta tanto nga mablangkuhan sa atong test paper. Anyways, I trust nga mo study man gyud hinuon mo kay mga kugihanon mo study. Okay, so if you have any questions regarding the video, this is actually pretty much about raman sa sa basics of electrostatics. So siguro if namoy mga question, mga minimal na questions, you can send me a message. I will try to answer that as soon as I can. And later mag-start na pud ni siya og change, mahimo na pud ni siya mga computational and even gani katong mga diagrams nato from physics 1 mo apply gihapon ani niya. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching and see you on the next video lesson. Bye bye.